Traveling around the world is probably a dream for many people. Although the journey may involve occasional adventures, excitement, or unexpected situations, you may not be aware that there are countries in the world that are designated as travel black zones by other nations, with their own citizens being advised not to visit. So, which are the most dangerous countries in the world? Let's take a look together. A country located in Western Asia, situated near the Persian Gulf. Once part of the Ottoman Empire, Iraq has experienced political turmoil, wars, and terrorist activities over the past few decades. Iraq has been plagued by internal conflicts, external interventions, and terrorism for several decades. In 2003, the United States and its allies launched a military invasion of Iraq, overthrowing the regime of Saddam Hussein. Subsequently, Iraq descended into prolonged internal strife and terrorism. Terrorist organizations such as Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State, ISIS, have been active in Iraq and have established their spheres of influence within the country. They have carried out large-scale attacks, suicide bombings, and kidnappings, inflicting significant casualties and destruction upon civilians and security forces. Iraq also grapples with sectarian and regional conflicts. Tensions between Sunni and Shia communities often lead to sectarian violence and acts of aggression. Iraq maintains strict entry policies, requiring multiple screenings and review procedures for permission to enter. Foreigners need to obtain visas and undergo security checks and background investigations. Generally, only specific groups such as diplomats, journalists, and humanitarian aid workers are allowed entry. Located in Central Africa, the second largest country in Africa in terms of land area. The political situation in the DRC is complex, with a history marked by multiple civil wars and regime changes. These conflicts have resulted in large-scale displacement of populations and humanitarian disasters. The deteriorating security situation has also had a severe impact on the daily lives of the people, with frequent incidents of road robberies, home invasions, and other criminal activities. When traveling or residing in the DRC, foreigners usually need to take extensive security measures and hire heavily armed security personnel. Despite the complex political and security situation, DRC has several national parks and wildlife reserves, one of Africa's most important biodiversity hotspots. Additionally, the country has some historically significant archaeological sites and cultural attractions. Located in Eastern Africa, it's one of the newest countries in the world. However, since gaining independence from Sudan, South Sudan has been plagued by severe political conflicts and humanitarian crises. The country has experienced long periods of civil war and separatist struggles in its history, resulting in widespread violence and displacement of populations. The economic situation in South Sudan is also extremely challenging. The civil war has caused significant damage to agriculture and other industries, leaving many people in poverty and food crisis. Additionally, corruption and resource disputes have exacerbated social inequality and poverty issues. Due to the political instability and security concerns in South Sudan, foreign travelers and residents need to exercise extreme caution. Conflicts and violent incidents occur frequently, and personal safety is difficult to guarantee. Foreigners often become targets of attacks and robberies. Located in Central Southern Asia, Afghanistan is also one of the poorest countries in the world. The Taliban is an Islamic militant organization that was based in the Kandahar region of Afghanistan and sought to rule the country with strict and conservative Islamic law. The organization was accused by the U.S. government of providing shelter to Al-Qaeda and carrying out numerous terrorist attacks, leading to the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan in response to the 9/11 attacks and ultimately resulting in the collapse of the Taliban regime. However, despite the overthrow of the Taliban regime, the organization did not completely disappear but transformed into a non-state armed group engaged in guerrilla warfare and terrorist activities. Over the years, the Taliban has remained active within Afghanistan, engaging in conflicts with the Afghan government and international forces. Afghanistan has long been plagued by warfare and conflicts. In addition to the Taliban, there are other armed factions and anti-government forces present. These conflicts have resulted in significant civilian casualties and have caused extensive damage to infrastructure, severely hindering economic development. Currently, the capital city, Kabul, is relatively secure and hosts numerous historical buildings, including palaces, ancient tombs, and fortresses. Despite the risk of Taliban kidnappings, many backpackers are still willing to visit Kabul just to witness these historical sites that date back over 3,500 years. These ancient sites hold great appeal for enthusiasts of cultural heritage and history explorers. Located on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean in Western Asia, Syria is one of the Middle Eastern Arab countries with a history spanning thousands of years of Western Asian civilization. Damascus, a world-renowned ancient city, boasts numerous buildings with a history of millennia. However, due to the ongoing Syrian civil war, the city is currently fragmented and controlled by multiple regimes or armed groups. During the Syrian civil war, the Islamic State organization took advantage of the chaotic situation and gradually seized territories in Syria, propagating its ideology of terror and extremism. Their actions became increasingly brazen, prompting military operations and airstrikes by various governments and the Syrian government forces. This conflict has resulted in the death of approximately 400,000 people and the displacement of around 8 million people within Syria. Syria has also suffered an economic loss of nearly $255 billion. Moreover, over 5 million Syrians have fled the country, becoming one of the largest refugee crises since World War II. The international community has been working tirelessly to seek political and humanitarian solutions to end the Syrian civil war and provide assistance and support to those affected. Fortunately, Syrian nationals have been gradually escaping the country seeking safety elsewhere. I don't think anyone would want to embark on a perilous journey to that country. If a lifetime must-visit tourist destination is in this dangerous conflict zone, would you be willing to take the risk of your life to go? Welcome to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Alright, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode. Goodbye!